when you think about, I don't know what's going. Okay, so when you think about Republicans, right, and we all know that like Black Republicans and their love and affiliation with Trump and things like that. Much of this has become just coming from a long history of the Republican Party, early 2000s, being really deep into Christian conservative narratives and siding with a lot of Christians. And we can take a look at this and say, like, oh, well, happiness and things like that. We get nostalgic as Americans and we can say, well, happiness and things like that was rooted in family and people were going to church and that's why people were happy. Well, I think in part, a lot of that was just environmental, and maybe things were a lot simpler when we had a lot less information. But yeah, and so when you see African Americans, siding with this Christian conservative parties and the Republican Party, despite the political hatred that they have for their race, or their demographic, their ethnic group, okay. um, it came as no surprise, right? If you have been conditioned within religious institutions to believe that your existence is faulty, that you need ongoing correction, supervision, then quite naturally you are going to side with a political party that goes against your very existence and being because you don't feel like you have the right to exist anyway. You know what I mean? You don't even have a sense of autonomy about yourself. And so that's why I say I think in part we are imprisoned by communities because when you have a certain identification about yourself and it's political or whatever the case may be, you find yourself really boxed in and caged in, and you'll overlook the harm that your community is actually doing towards others who maybe in like deep kindred affiliation to you. You know what I mean? And so I'm saying all this to say, I think for the Black conservatives who love Trump and who are in support of this very racist, okay, political party, with Christian values and things like that, how can I describe it? It came as no surprise. It came as no surprise when the crux of it was Christian conservatism. Like it was of no surprise, right? And so, yeah, if you think you're fundamentally flawed and you need to be corrected, and our grandparent, like you have this romanticization of the past, especially as African American people, and you don't really know about the racism and the hateful things that were going on in the past because nobody really has a very in depth understanding or research about African American history, then you'll romanticize the political party.